Hey friends! Have you ever heard of a country where crocodiles are treated like neighbors, given names, and even honored with funerals? Where women use cow dung to build luxurious homes? Where men wear makeup and skirts? And where the world's strongest men come from, eating up to 8 chickens a day? Welcome to Burkina Faso, a land of raw strength, wild beauty, and traditions that defy logic. In Bazul, during a drought, the legend goes that a group of crocodiles led villagers to hidden water sources. To this day, Bazul is home to over 100 Nile crocodiles that live peacefully alongside humans. The villagers feed them by hand and even offer chickens as part of ritual offerings during annual festivals. These crocodiles have names. Some respond to human calls. Others pose for photos. Tourists can sit next to a living crocodile for a selfie. These crocodiles are so docile, they're often compared to sacred guardians. Villagers even hold funerals when one of their crocodiles passes away. Can you take a photo with these reptiles without feeling scared? If you can, comment 4, because we want to know just how brave you really are. In this small village tucked in the southwest of the country, women have been constructing eco-friendly homes with mud, straw, and cow dung. According to researchers from UNESCO and the International Council on Monuments and Sites, these earth-based building techniques are among the most sustainable in the world, resilient against both heat and time. With bare hands, they press and carve geometric patterns, spiritual symbols, and protective motifs into the walls. Some are painted in earth-tone dyes made from tree bark or minerals. Most houses stand about 6 feet tall, but with doorways only around 3 feet high. Historically, this also served a defensive purpose. In most countries, International Women's Day means flowers, compliments, and maybe a social media post. But what about in Burkina Faso? The answer might surprise you. But before that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to unlock a treasure trove of our most captivating content.
Burkina Faso women carry centuries of strength in their stride. With glowing dark skin, intricately braided hair, and traditional tribal tattoos etched into their cheeks or arms. These tattoos are a powerful form of nonverbal communication among certain ethnic groups, especially the Masi and Gurunsi. Their fashion speaks just as loudly. Vibrant cotton dresses, called pans. They accessorize with gold, silver, or bronze jewelry, often passed down through generations. But perhaps the most revealing tradition comes every year on March 8th, during Burkina Faso's version of International Women's Day. It's a full role reversal. Men cook, clean, and carry babies on their backs. In the Fan tribe, men dress in skirts and makeup and work labor women perform daily. Here, women have legal access to education, healthcare, land ownership, and even political participation. As of early 2025, women make up over 30% of the National Assembly. Are you impressed by this unique culture of Burkina Faso? If so, please comment 8 and share your views with us in the comment section below.
Meet Sheikh Ahmed Al Hassan Sanu, better known around the world as Iron BiBy, the world's strongman scene. Born and raised in the capital city of Ouagadougou. According to the Guinness World Records, Iron BiBy set a world record in 2019 with a log lift of 469 pounds, then shattered that in 2021 with a 505-pound axle press. His training is brutal. Hours of deadlifts, sled pushes, and overhead presses done in 100-degree heat, often on red earth or concrete slabs. As of early 2025, BiBy remains the only African-born athlete to hold multiple international strongman records. At nearly 400 pounds, you'd expect him to be intimidating, but fans call him the gentle giant for his smile, playful trash talk. Every day, Iron BiBy consumes 8 roasted chickens, gallons of milk, mounds of rice, and sometimes a few goats, depending on what's available. In the bustling streets of Ouagadougou or the dusty paths of a remote village, you'll witness Burkina Faso's mobile markets. This tradition goes back generations, especially among women who start learning the skill from childhood, beginning with small bowls of water and slowly graduating to towering stacks of fabrics, spices, and shea butter. It's balance, strength, and elegance combined. And they don't just carry goods, they perform. Tomato juggling, millet cake tossing, playful jokes during a haggle, it's all part of the experience. These sellers are pop-up shops in motion, adjusting their offerings with the rhythm of the day. Cold drinks appear during the heat, warm snacks come out at dusk, and soap shows up where water is scarce. According to the International Labor Organization, more than 85% of women in Burkina Faso participate in informal trade, many of them as mobile vendors. As they walk, vendors swap village news, check in on elders, deliver household needs, and even connect rural communities with the outside world. They turn footpaths into commerce corridors. They do this under a relentless sun, sometimes walking 10 miles or more a day. Their posture straight, their load steady, and always with a smile. Tucked in the southeastern corner of the country lies Arli National Park, an untouched expanse of nearly 800 square miles, where the rhythms of nature play out far from crowds or traffic. From November to May, the dry season draws elephants, hippos, buffalo, and lions to open water holes, offering safari lovers a front-row seat to wildlife in its purest form. According to the African Parks Network, Arli is part of the Wet Arli Penjari Complex, one of the largest remaining ecosystems in West Africa and a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. Prefer history over horns and tusks? Head to the National Museum of Burkina Faso in Ouagadougou. Here, you don't just stare at artifacts behind glass, you experience them. Traditional Mossi costumes, bronze masks, wooden drums, and hand-carved stools are often demonstrated live by local artisans. You'll watch as blacksmiths forge tribal blades, musicians carve and play ancient balafons, and textile artists spin Faso Donfani cloth in open-air workshops. And then there are the Sio Cliffs. In the west of the country, these ancient sandstone towers, shaped over millions of years by wind and water, rise like giants from the earth. Whether you hike them at dawn or watch the sun disappear behind their jagged peaks at dusk, the views stretch beyond what your eyes can hold. These formations are part of the Bonfora Escarpment region, documented by UNESCO Geoparks as a geological marvel of the Sahel-Sudan zone. There's no drone footage that does it justice. You have to feel the wind, see the shadows stretch, and hear your breath catch as you look out over West Africa's wild horizon. In Burkina Faso, celebration is sacred. From sacred masks to sculpted clay, festivals here don't just entertain, they awaken something ancient, something ancestral. Let's start with Festa and Sao, two of the nation's most explosive cultural festivals. They aren't commercial showcases. There are no corporate banners. What you'll see instead are towering wooden masks painted with tribal symbols, feathers, and horns, each one representing a spirit, animal, or ancestor. At Indufessa, which comes alive once every 7 years, entire villages transform into open-air arenas. Dancers leap and spin through red dust, stomping to the beat of giant drums. Some masks stand taller than a man, swaying as if alive. Locals believe these dances channel ancestral energy, a bridge between the living and the spiritual. According to Burkina Faso's Ministry of Arts and Culture, these festivals preserve the sacred rituals of more than 60 ethnic groups, including the Mossi, Bobo, and Lobi people. Crowds gather shoulder to shoulder. Smoke from grilled kebabs mixes with the rhythm of balafons, creating a full sensory ritual, part meal, part music, part myth. Laughter erupts during mask duels, where performers face off in spinning, whirling dance battles judged not by scorecards, but by applause. Then there's Si and Agadou, a biennial celebration of craft and creation. Here, women lead the charge, displaying hand-woven Faso Danfani cloth, silver bangles, carved wooden stools, and clay pots that feel alive in your hand. But it's not just for show. Visitors can join in. Try weaving a pattern, shape your own bowl. Hear the stories etched into every thread and groove. The grand prize? It's not cash, it's respect. Artisans compete to earn a place in Sayo's master gallery, where standout works like metal-studded mats and horn sculptures are displayed for leaders, elders, and traveling dignitaries. According to the UNESCO Creative Cities Network, Burkina Faso is fast becoming one of West Africa's most innovative artisan hubs, blending heritage with modern expression. If you're used to meter-running Ubers or high-speed bullet trains, Burkina Faso's taxi experience will surprise you. Here, in the capital city of Ouagadougou, the roads are alive with green and white taxis, usually aging Peugeot 504s or 1990s Toyotas that have seen better days. Some might be missing windows, a few are held together with wire or rope. What truly makes these taxis special? The drivers. They're not just chauffeurs, they're DJs, philosophers, comedians, and occasionally therapists. One moment you're discussing Burkina Faso's latest soccer match, the next you're in a deep conversation about regional politics, all while Afrobeat or coupé décalé music blares from custom speakers that cost more than the car. According to Numbeo, a typical ride across town can cost as little as 50 cents to $1, depending on your bargaining skills and how friendly you are. Compliment the driver's playlist or share a good story and he might drop the price or trade the ride for a coffee and a laugh. Need to stop mid-trip? No problem. He might pull over to greet an old friend, grab a mango, or give another stranger a lift. With more than 70% of urban trips in Ouagadougou still relying on informal transport as of 2025, according to African Development Bank, these taxis are an essential thread in the city's social and economic fabric. Since 1969, the capital city of Ouagadougou has hosted FASPCO, short for Festival Pan-Africain du Cinéma et de la Télévision de Ouagadougou, the largest film festival in Africa. According to UNESCO, FASPCO is a cornerstone of African cultural identity, drawing over 100,000 attendees during its last full edition in 2023. Here, films screen in open-air soccer fields, sandy courtyards, and bustling marketplaces, where vendors sell grilled corn, bissap sauce, and peanuts to crowds gathered under the stars. They explore everything from conflict and tradition to love, family, and resilience, told by African directors who don't need approval from foreign studios to speak their truth. And the grand prize? It's the Étoile de Yanenga, a golden sculpture of a Mossi warrior princess symbolizing strength, legacy, and leadership. FESPACO is proof that Burkina Faso isn't just a backdrop for Africa's stories, it's one of the continent's loudest creative voices. And every 2 years, the world's attention shifts from Hollywood to Ouaga. So, if you've never sat on a plastic chair with strangers under a starlit sky, watching a film projected onto a wall as drums echo in the distance, then you've never truly experienced cinema like this. In Burkina Faso, food is more than fuel. It's a living tradition, carried in smoke, spice, and community. Simple, local, and bold, it speaks to the soul of a country that does a lot with very little. Let's begin with Burkinabe meals, to, pronounced toe. This staple dish, made from millet or corn flour, has the texture of mashed potatoes but the heart of a whole culture. It's served hot in scoops, usually alongside leafy sauces made from okra or baobab leaves, thickened with ground nuts or dried fish. No knife, no fork, just your hands and tradition. Then there's riz gras, meaning fat rice. Imagine West African jambalaya, rice stewed with tomatoes, onions, garlic, and generous chunks of beef or chicken. It's rich, spicy, and often sold on street corners for less than $2 a plate, according to local pricing data from Numbeo. But when the sun goes down, the scent of brochettes takes over. Skewers of marinated meat, goat, beef, or chicken grill over open flames as vendors fan the coals and sprinkle on their secret spice mixes. It's smoky, savory, and slightly charred. Need a drink? You've got two choices you won't find in Western bars. First, there's Dew, a fermented millet beer with a cloudy look and a strong, earthy flavor. It's bold, slightly sour, and traditionally brewed in clay pots. Locals often drink it communally, from calabashes during village gatherings and ceremonies. Then there's Bisop, a hibiscus juice served cold. Sweet, tart, and deep red in color, it's often compared to cranberry juice, but with a sharper edge and a tropical twist. It's the refreshment of choice across markets, weddings, and even roadside stops. Located in the heart of West Africa, Burkina Faso is a landlocked nation bordered by 6 neighbors: Mali, Niger, Benin, Togo, Ghana, and Ivory Coast. Covering over 105,000 square miles, it's bigger than Colorado, slightly smaller than New Zealand, and far more culturally layered than most travelers ever realize. According to the World Bank's 2025 data, the population is now over 22 million, young, diverse, and largely rural, with nearly 70% of people living outside major cities. It sits right on the edge of 2 worlds, the Sahara Desert to the north and the green savannas of the south. This split geography creates 2 distinct seasons, the dry, blistering months and a short but powerful rainy season that transforms the land. Temperatures during peak dry months can soar to over 113 degrees Fahrenheit, yet nights bring surprising coolness, especially in the Sahel regions, where the desert winds meet the plains. In 1984, the country abandoned its colonial name, Upper Volta, and adopted a new one, Burkina Faso, which translates from 2 native languages as Land of Honest People. Burkina comes from the Mossi language, meaning upright or honest. Faso comes from the Jula language, meaning homeland or father's house. With over 60 ethnic groups, including the Mossi, the Fulani, Bobo, Guransi, and others, Burkina Faso thrives on diversity. French is the official language, but more than 70 local languages are spoken, keeping oral tradition and indigenous knowledge alive. As noted by the African Union Cultural Division, Source, Burkina Faso is one of the few African countries to embed values of honesty and collective respect directly into its national name and education systems. Welcome to Burkina Faso, a place the world rarely talks about, but maybe it should. Because hidden deep in West Africa is a country where life moves to its own rhythm, and the dollar stretches in ways that feel like magic. In Ouagadougou, the bustling capital with a name as bold as its spirit, you can rent a spacious apartment for under $300 a month, less than the price of a week's groceries in New York. Head to the suburbs and it gets even better. A clean, livable space for just $100 a month. A plate of grilled chicken with spicy sauce and rice, $2. A fresh mango smoothie on a sweltering afternoon, $1. And if you want to treat yourself, really treat yourself, a full-course dinner at a high-end restaurant costs only $15 to $25. In Manhattan, that might not even cover your appetizer. And transportation? You don't need a car. Motorcycles hum through the streets like swarms of bees, and taxis or bush taxis will take you almost anywhere for just 50 cents. That means you can crisscross the city for $1 to $3 a day. That's cheaper than a parking meter in most cities. Water, electricity, and the internet hover around $30 to $50 monthly. And while the internet may not break speed records, it's reliable enough to stream, Zoom, and even run a remote business. The real kicker? You can live comfortably here, really comfortably, on just $500 to $700 a month. We've uncovered 12 fascinating facts about Burkina Faso. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to support us by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel so you won't miss out on our upcoming exciting videos. Your support helps us keep creating better content. Be sure to check out the next video that's showing up on the screen. I'm sure you're going to love it. And don't forget to leave a comment about which country you'd like us to explore next. We're so glad you're here today. Please leave a comment, like the video to support us, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon!